Have you ever played poker before? If yes, then you probably recognize all of the players around you. Unless, of course, you're playing online poker. Believe it or not, you just discovered the most important part of poker, the players. Impossible? Probably not as much as you think. Let's take a look. Many players believe that the cards you are dealt, followed by the flop, turn, and river, are the most important part of a poker game. And they are, without a doubt, important. It all begins with your ability or inability to use body language to your advantage. Because every player has an equal opportunity to get the same cards, luck generally does not factor in well to the game. It is therefore the skills that you develop over time with respect to the way that you play your cards that will ultimately reward you. When luck does begin to play a factor, whereby you start to get a streak of great starting hands, it is your ability to repeatedly induce large pots that makes you the big winner at the table. And when the streak has ended, or worse yet, when you hit a streak of really bad starting hands, it is your ability to bluff or read your opponents well enough to decipher who may have hit and who hasn't. It is just as important to control your impulses so that your opponents cannot get a good read on you, or at least the read that you don't want them to have. There have been many times that I was running so good that I literally cleared at the table. And what a great feeling to have a great night like that. You may want to exercise caution, however, as the dynamics of the table will begin to change. It is always good to maintain cautiousness of the fact that as the players at the table are clearing out and new ones are arriving, that the dynamics of the table will change. For example, a once loose table may suddenly become a tight table, lessening your ability to maintain a high variance of risk tolerance in your quest to potentially catch your inside straight draw on the river or runner flush. The pot will not be large enough in all likelihood to pull some of these tricks out of your hat for a few times you actually hit. A sequence of repeated attempts with very little reward will result in a consistent diminishing of your chip stack. A segue, on the other hand, to a tighter table may result in a series of hands being played out by a table full of calling stations, resulting in big pot wins, but making it extremely expensive to see the river. Unless you hold the absolute nuts on the flop with each hand, the new dynamics can quickly sink into your new profits, or worse yet, into your pocket, resulting in losses. By being cautious of the players and the dynamics of your table as a whole, you can decisively change your playing strategy to take advantage of the big pots when you have clear advantage, or minimize your investments and or losses when it is clear that your advantage has diminished. So yes, there are elements to poker, many of which are very important in this game of skill, deceit, and treachery. Recognizing the poker players around you, however, is by far the most important, hands down.